Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you are in the world. How y'all doing? Y'all good? Y'all straight? Let me know how y'all doing. Drop a comment below. So I was reading the comments on the video that I posted yesterday, and it's true. It's true. If you take money, okay, if you take money and you burn it, that shit come back around a whole lot quicker, and it comes from like a different source, or it may even come back in a different form. you know you just got to keep your eyes open and know exactly what to look for. So real money, or what you call legal tender, I guess, um, is best used in money spells. Okay, also ancestor money, but legal money can definitely be used in money spells. Um, but in a way where you transmute it, which means you burn it. When you burn it, you transmute it. All right, so it goes back to the spiritual world and it comes back around in a different form. So that is true. Whatever works for you, whatever works for you. But y'all, I'm back this morning because I was sitting here in my meditation. All right, it's like, I think it's after 5 a.m. I don't know. I don't know what time it is. Whatever time it is, everybody's sleeping still in my house. So, I was in my meditation and I was focusing on codependency. Codependency is a dangerous thing, guys. All right. First of all, let me break it down in terms to where everybody can identify with, because it's usually associated with drug. Look at that fucking spider right there. Y'all see that? That's a motherfucking omen. That's a motherfucking omen right there. There's somebody in my life, or somebody in my life, that think that they can do whatever the hell they want to do, but they being blocked. That's what that means when you see a spider hanging from a web, because it's stuck in between limbo. It's going up and down, up and down, up and down. It's just hanging there. That's a hangman state. All right? And this also represents someone who has a slave mentality, you know, working from their shadow self. I know who that person is, y'all. But anyway, and it just came down. I just noticed it when I started talking about codependency, and that is because this person who I'm talking about, they exist in a state of codependency. Okay, you see how the spirit work? Oh my fucking spiders! All right, anyway. Spirit is active this morning. Y'all hear that, right? Everybody sleep in my house. I don't know what that noise is. And I ain't finna go look for it. I'm gonna let the motherfucker come to me. All right, so I was talking about codependency, right? And how some people exist in this state. I have existed in this state. We all have existed in this state once upon a time. And it represents a state where you hold on to something that you think that you need, but you really don't need. In fact, by you holding on to this thing that you think that you need, it's draining you, okay? It's draining you. It's literally draining you, all right? And it's putting you in a state where you're always feeling like you need and you don't have. Simply put, it could be anything. It could be an idea, it could be a concept, it could be a belief, okay? Anything that you're holding on to that you're not seeing any growth from. The only thing that you're getting from it is just conflict and loss and sorrow and pain. All right? Let that shit go. Transmute that shit. I ain't gonna say let it go, but transmute that shit. Find a way to transmute it. All right? Find a way to give it new life. You understand? Just put it through a transformation. Give it new life. All right? Because you can't continue to go on like that because it's draining you, and the situation is showing you signs that it's draining you because you're not growing. Okay, there's no increase there. All right, it may be a job that you're holding on to, a dead end job. It may be a career. It could be a person. Okay, it could be, you know, just the way that you do something. It could be like, yeah, a systematic way of doing something or being or believing. All right. You may be following a crowd. And by you following this crowd, you say, damn, you know what? I'm following this crowd. All right. But I'm not getting anything out of it. I mean, people see me, yeah, but there's no growth from it. Whatever I get out of it is just for that moment. But once I separate from this crowd, then I'm alone and I'm in misery and I'm enduring sorrow again. All right. So we have to find ways to break away because codependency is a mindset. It is a state of mind. Like I said, it starts in the mind when you start to believe that you need something that you really don't need. It's not serving you. So what you're really holding on to is you're holding on to dead weight. You're holding on to nothingness. You're holding on to death. Okay? You have to transmute that shit. And a lot of times we don't even realize that we're holding on to death itself. We fear death, but yet we hold on to it. And if fear can be one of the things that we're holding on to, because it makes us feel comfortable. It gives us a sense of comfortability. It is a false sense of comfortability. Okay? And as long as we hold on to these mindsets, it keeps us from growing. It keeps us from attracting wealth. It keeps us from attracting the opportunities that we need. It keeps doors for opening for us. It destroys our relationships. It keeps us from establishing new relationships, from reaching goals that we have set for ourselves. And then not only that, we pass this same behavior down to our children, right? Who come up with the same practice that works against us. So we need to step back and take a look at our life and say, you know what? What the fuck am I holding on to that gives me this false sense of security that I need to let go? Because I need to get some money. I need money. I need to grow. I need to come up out of this. And be real with yourself. Be real with yourself and don't be scared to let go. Because I'm telling you right now, it's not the time. The time that we are in right now is about self-liberation, liberating ourselves, advancing and moving forward into this new dimension that we are entering, okay? And that's going to require us to be strong, all right? I just heard Lionsgate in my head, all right? That's going to require us to be strong, and I'm also hearing 888, all right? That's going to require us to be strong, confident, self-reliant, a self-reliant mentality, state of mind, because with that, everything else will come. All right, being self-sufficient. All right, being detached from things that interfere with whatever it is that we're trying to pursue. Put some distance between yourself and whatever it is or whoever it is that is working against you. Understand that people outside of us have the ability, all right, to project mental images within our own mind and make us believe, right, that those thoughts, those mental projections and images belong to us, that they are our own, and they're not. It's theirs. People are actually trying to switch places with you, okay? If they can get you to accept something that is not true, then they have basically projected whatever it is that they're feeling or believing onto you. And then they walk away with your good vibration, your higher vibrations. And when it wears off, they come back into your life and they do it again. And that's how they keep you in a cycle of codependency, feeling as though you need something. Okay? We have people in our lives who have attachments, and if we are associated with them, or if we agree with them, we form any type of agreements with them, we also share in their attachments. Whatever's keeping them back is also keeping us back as well, because we have formed an agreement with them. Okay? People have tricky and deceptive ways as a means of getting you to agree with them, to conform to them, all right? To neglect yourself and focus more on them and their dreams, okay? I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but have you ever experienced exchanging energy with someone, like say for instance, someone offers you something and you take it from them, and then it's like the minute the person leaves or whatever, it feels like your spirit has left too. It's like you feel like you've been drained, something left you as well. That shit is real. If you haven't paid attention, I mean, if you've never experienced this, it could be that you're not very sensitive, but that's coming. That is definitely coming, okay? People who have not been sensitive to certain things are going to start to become very, very sensitive. And they're going to be, a lot of people are being forced into seclusion, all right? Which is a good thing, because that means that they're in a place where they are meditating and they are thinking about um, growth, all right? And they are focusing on the things that they need to eliminate in order to achieve this growth, all right? While they're in this state, they may be journaling, they may be getting the answers that they need to overcome problems in their life, and regarding finances, in regards to relationships, um, so on and so forth. All right. And then you have another group of people who are being forced into isolation. And this is a state that is unwelcome. All right. This is a state of feeling loneliness, where someone feels alone. And while they're in this state, they're only focused and meditating on loneliness and isolation, and how they feel that the whole world is against them, and it's so unfair. Okay, this is time, this is valuable time that is being wasted. These group of people are not learning. Okay, they're still stuck in a state of codependency. They're still stuck in this mindset where they feel as though that they are being victimized. And so when they come back into the world, okay, because this state only lasts for a certain time, it's meant to happen to get you to reflect and to think, to meditate, and so on and so forth. But once this period ends, this person who has not learned, or this group of people who have not learned, they go back into the world with the same deceit and fuckery and con artist mentality. All right? Those group of people right there, we need to set boundaries. All right? Set boundaries. All right? To protect yourself, to protect your energy, because these people are looking to just rob you of your vitality. They're looking to live off of you. All right. And you know these people because you have some of these people in your life, and you may fall into one of these groups. Okay, you may be one of those who have been forced into seclusion and you're using your time wisely, which means once your period ends and you come out of this secluded state and you start to blend in with everyone else and interact with everyone else, you're going to have something very valuable to offer. Okay? You're going to have something, you're going to see some growth, productivity. You're definitely going to see something. Okay? But on the other hand, you're going to definitely see some change and some positive change. I keep hearing that. But on the other hand, these people who are of this group where they feel isolated and they feel lonely and they feel as though the world is against them and they've been treated unfairly, when they're the ones who create all the fuckery, they're the reasons why they feel lonely at this time. These are people who deny themselves. They deny them their individuality. Okay, they are at war with their higher selves. They're going to come back into the world with the same fuckery and the bullshit. The same fuckery and the bullshit. All right? So the thing is that when you find yourself in this state, all right, let's talk about the state of seclusion. All right? When you're in this state, right, it's good to meditate on how to liberate and free yourself from situations where you feel as though you're codependent. What is it that you're holding on to that you need to release? What is it that you're holding on to that is not serving you? What is it that you're holding on to you that's holding back? Okay? How can you deal with this situation effectively? How can you switch it around to where you can increase without hurting or violating anyone else? And also without getting into someone else's business or interfering with their life, which allows them to continue to increase as well. These are the things that we have to meditate on when we are in our state of seclusion. And that's what I was doing. I was actually sitting here, because I'm on this progressive path. And with me, it's all about progression. Okay. And if I have people in my life who are against me, who are not supporting me, even the fake ones I can see, I'm quick. I don't waste no time cutting them off and putting distance between myself and them. So I was just sitting here thinking about, and I'm being honest with myself, and I'm like, damn, what is it that I'm holding on to that I can let go of? Is there anything else that I'm holding on to that's not benefiting me or serving me? What is it that I can let go of? All right. So now that I've let go, I realize that I've let go of all I need to let go of. So now I'm in a state where I'm just waiting for change to take place. All right. And the state that I'm in, it really feels like nothing is happening, nothing is taking place. All right. But then when I start to look a little deeper and I look a little closer, I do see little things manifesting. Okay. Which is a sign to me of accomplishment that things are starting to improve for me and grow for me in the part of my life where I am expecting to see growth. All right. So that's just to let as I go on my path and whatever it is that I experience and I learn, I'm going to come back and share it with you. But that's just to let you know, if you are in the same position where you have given up something and you're waiting for a change to take place and you're kind of like a little shaky, you can't really see what's going on. So you're like really in a dark place in your life right now. I'm just here to reinforce and to reassure you that things are progressing, okay? If you've done everything that you've needed to do, all right, and you have released your codependency, all right, or this state of codependency, all right, and you know that there's nothing else for you to do, the only thing that you can do now is just wait, all right? It may seem as though nothing is taking place, everything is slowed up, nothing is happening, but things are happening. They're just taking place below our conscious awareness. But if you start to pay attention, you start to see things, because That's how the divine works. They'll start to show you little signs. You'll start to see little things materialize from different avenues, from different aspects. That's a sign to let you know that growth is taking place. All right. If you've been experiencing any type of loss up until this point, all right, when you start to see some growth in whatever area of your life, that's a sign to let you know that loss has stopped. Now things are going to start to grow for you. Okay. These little signs are accomplishments. They are signs to let you know that you have accomplished whatever it is that you have been working on, and you're going to start to see things materialize more and more and more. So don't give up hope, guys. Stay strong. Peace, the Black Man.